Okay, so you may have started on your own as a freelancer, but you're finding that work is not coming, that work is getting a bit too intense for you. You're not able to do it all. There's too many people coming in. Now, in our earlier video, we talked about raising your rates in case your rates are too low. That's a good sign that your rates are too low. But let's say your rates are fine. You're able to live off them, and your rates are even enough for you to pay for someone else. Here's how you find your first partner. Now, in the startup world, a lot of people, what they need is they need a technical co-founder, and they need someone who is good at marketing. So business is not that different for what you and I are doing. So if you're starting your first agency or you're just getting your team together, what you're going to be looking for is, based on what skills you have, you need to find someone else with the skills that will complete it. So let's say you're good at design, but you're not so good at coding, you don't understand it, or you're just not as good. This is where you need to be honest with yourself. What you don't need is, you don't need 5 more of you. You don't need another person who does the same thing you do. Here's the reason why. Because if you get someone who is good at the same skills you are, you'll both be really strong in one area, really strong. But in the other area, you will double your weaknesses, both of you. You'll double your weaknesses. So if you're both really strong at coding, and then someone needs design work, the design work's going to fall flat where the coding might be excellent, but someone who doesn't care about that will just see it as bad work. And likewise, if you're good at coding, functions, all these other things, PHP, and then all the latest things that have come in with all the JavaScript frameworks and whatnot. But someone needs different kind of work, you're just going to fall flat. And vice versa. So here's how you find your first partner. Basically, your first work partner is going to have contrasting skills to yours, whether they be, and it needs to fill the things that are needed for your business. So what's needed for your business are eyes on the business, which is marketing, building a community, letting people know about what you do, and then selling people. So doing consultations, learning about their needs, actually fitting what people say they need to the work that you can do to help them, and then follow-up stuff. So some people might not have great social skills like me. So what you would do is you would try to find someone who is good at social skills, who's good at meeting people, making friends, building connections, and that person may not be strong in the technical side, but they love picking up the phone, they love being warm and friendly with people. Those are the kind of people you need. Or if you're the kind of person who is the bubbly one, or the one who is more energetic, or the one that has other skills, find those complementary skills. Now, where exactly do you find these people? You can find these people in local areas, during meetups for technical or design work, or startups even. Just find people in your local area who are starting something, who might want to get together with you to build something better or build something greater. Because remote work is the future, but what is more the future is building connections. So the better connected you become, whether people work with you as a partner or as a contractor, part-time, the better connected you are, the stronger your business becomes. So I might not know about, let's say, building apps or something like that, for example. But if I know someone who does, and they can help me from time to time, that can help save me on business. Either I can refer it to that other person for a percentage, or I can hire that person in temporarily to complete this project. So if something is thrown at me, a curveball, I'm still able to handle it because of that strong network that I've built. Okay, and I guess the last advice I'd have for finding that first partner is a bit of advice. One of the oldest pieces of advice that I've had is, a ship that doesn't sail is partnership. And the reason why they say that is because people enter into partnerships a bit too fast. And what ends up happening is, there are things that are unspoken, there are disagreements about how to run a business, about who owns what, about who is the leader, or who makes the final say, or who gets how the money is split. And so these things need to be very much defined in the beginning. written down even, if it, should it need to go there, depending on what you're doing. It needs to be written down on paper somewhere, something you both agree to. And not only just for this year. Let's say you do really well. 20 years from now, would this still work out? And would you guys still be working together? Would you all still be working together? Do you actually like this person? It doesn't matter that much if you like them, but could you imagine working 5 years from now still in the same office, or still in the same room, or still in the same city with the same person? So these are the questions you have to ask yourself. What are your life goals? What are you trying to do? How do you go about business? How do they go about business? Find people who are doing things now, who are communicating and connecting, who want to make these friends. You can find them during meetups, Eventbrite, all these other places, online even. But get connected. That's the secret to success with online work. Staying connected, showing people what you do, letting people in on your process. That is the key. Thanks for watching.